You ready?
Nothing greater than a mile commute.
Right.
I'd like to welcome everyone. The time is 6:30 p.m. Louisville Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of February 3rd, 2015 is now called to order, and there is a quorum present. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes of the January 6th, 2015 meeting. Are there any corrections or additions? If not, may I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Motion to approve by Brandon, seconded by Alvin. Oh,
Either way.
okay. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 3A and B will be read together and voted on as one. Item 3A is final plat of Castle Hills Phase 5, Section B addition. It is a 5.556 acre tract, zoning designation of General Business 2, GB2. It's located at the southwest corner of Farm to Market 544 and Farm to Market 2281. Item B is the final plat of Hebron 121 Station Addition. It's Phase 3, Lot 3, Block B, and Lot 1, Block E. This is a 6.763 acre tract. It is zoned mixed use 90, MU 90. It's located on Lakeside Circle, north of State Highway 121 and east of Interstate 35. Mary?
Good evening, Commissioners. The two plats on the agenda for tonight have no variances requested, and staff would recommend approval.
Commissioners, questions? Okay, may I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Brent to approve,
Second.
seconded by Alvin. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item 4 is a public hearing for consent agenda for plats. Amended final plat of Brookside Edition, lots 1 through 20, Block A, and lots 1 through 20, Block B. It is a 10.994 acres estate townhouse ETH located on the south side of Southwest Parkway, west of Business 121. Mary?
The plat on the agenda is an amended plat. Essentially, they are adjusting, it was missing some notations on it, and so we've added the notations. There are no variances requested, and staff would recommend approval.
Commissioners, questions? Okay, at this time, we'll open up a public hearing. If anyone wishes to speak on this subject, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments? May I have a motion?
Make a motion. Motion to approve.
Motion to approve
Second.
by Steve, seconded by by Sean. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5A is a planning, a zoning, consideration of zone change request from agricultural open space AO to light industrial L1, located on a 19.055 acres, south side of Bennett Lane, west of Ridgeview Drive, further identified as tracks 9, 10, 11, 11A, 13, 14, and 15 of the W. King Survey, Abstract 697. This request is being made by DCT Waters Ridge LLC and Copernicus Investment, the property owners. This is case number PZ 2015-0203. Mary?
Good evening, Commissioners. The property in question is the yellow, outlined in yellow here. It's just south of Bennett Lane and east of I-35 North Frontage Road. What we have over here is Waters Ridge Business Park. And then you have a lot of, there's Bobcat of Dallas, there's a trailer store, there's several Huffines dealerships. So a lot of other industrial type uses in this area. There's a little cemetery here. And on the north side of Bennett, you have several pieces of property that are zoned light industrial, all the way along Bennett Lane. So this essentially is the last big giant hole over in this area. The intent of the users are to build a 45,000 square foot office warehouse building, currently speculative, but obviously there's a lot of other similar uses in the area. There are 3 parcels on the western edge facing Ridgeview that are not included in this. They remain AO, and there are 3 residences there. So essentially, everything up and down around this area has either been light industrial or been converted to light industrial. Staff would recommend approval of this zone change request. Do you have any questions?
I'm assuming notices were sent out, and do we get anything?
We did get 1 phone call, so there are signs posted. We did send out letters. We did get 1 phone call from the property owner here, just kind of asking about it. The applicant is here. I believe they did speak with those 3 property owners as well.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mary. At this time, we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone wishes to speak on this subject, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments?
Mary, I have something I want to ask you. How far south, past Huffine Chevrolet, is that going?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
How far south is that? South? South. Behind Huffine's Chevrolet, will that go to? Will that go to the
So I believe,
Studio Grill?
yeah, Studio Movie Grill is right here,
Uh-huh,
I believe. And I think this is Cavender's.
yeah.
So Huffines is all the way up and down over here. And there's an old cemetery back here. And this is what they're proposing. Tentatively, this is what they're looking at doing. This large office warehouse building with dock doors on this side, other parking and employee parking, customer parking up here and down here. So they'll have, an entrance and an exit.
I know this is speculative, but is the plan to have a single tenant or multiple tenants?
I'll let the applicant talk to you about that. I'm not
Okay.
sure what their plans are.
Good evening. My name's Joe Williams, and I represent DCT Industrial, and we're a large industrial REIT, pretty active in the Dallas market. We've got about 50 buildings here. We see this as probably a 2-tenant building.
Okay.
We're actively in the market right now looking for a customer. Most of what we've seen so far is probably a 2-tenant play, which is why we've got kind of 2 office pods, if you will, kind of kicked out on the front.
And Mary had indicated that you talked to the homeowner to the north part of that, northeast part of that property.
Yes, we visited with all 3 homeowners, and we've tried to purchase their property. We've even tried to find them some new housing in Louisville. As you guys probably know, these homes have a special tax abatement
Right.
with you guys.
Right.
We've tried to address those issues, and we pretty much have told all of them that, we'll buy you a home twice the value you have today and move you guys, and offered that. And we think probably as we get this process more formally approved, that we can probably come to an arrangement with them.
But so far, they've declined?
So far, we have not had all three agree on that, no. Yeah, so I think the homeowner in the back has been there quite some time.
Yeah.
And just really doesn't want to move.
Understood.
Sure.
What about the cemetery? Is this, how far apart, distance-wise, is going to be from that cemetery?
The cemetery actually doesn't lie on property that we've purchased all these tracts, and the cemetery is not on our tract. The fence is kind of encroaches, and the access for the cemetery is actually from the south.
Right.
So you kind of sneak in back behind there, and there's a road that kind of gets you into the cemetery. Our building is quite a distance from the cemetery. I would say, almost 200 feet from the proposed drop lot location. And, that the topography there kind of rolls downhill to the drainage. You can certainly see the fence, but it's got quite a bit of brush grown up there. And from our site, you can't really see it.
Okay.
But the access, like I said, is just from the south through the Movie Grill parking lot, and then just right back behind, there's a little gravel road that cuts up there. I don't know if
Thank
can
you.
See that? It's basically cuts up kind of off to the side up here.
Yeah.
But I've got another hard copy if you guys want to keep one of these.
Yeah, I would like to.
The cemetery's kind of off in this direction here,
Okay,
and like I said, our property line's somewhere up in here.
okay. I sure appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Williams. Any further discussion? All right, may I have a motion then?
Move to approve.
Moved to approve by Brandon, seconded by Brent. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 5B is consideration of the special use permit for a U-Haul self-storage facility and an outdoor RV boat travel trailer storage facility, and one associated variance. It's on an 8.276 acre tract. It's zoned warehouse, WH, located on the west side of Valley Ridge Boulevard, north of Business 121 at 811 East State Highway 121, further identified as Storage Supercenter Edition, Lot 5, Block A. This is requested by Amoco Real Estate Company of Texas, the property owner. The case number is SUP 2015-0201. Mary?
Commissioners, you're probably aware of this site. Here you have Main Street where it comes into 121. Over on this side is Valley Ridge. Currently, U-Haul has their office right in this building. There's an access through the property here to access the self-storage buildings at the rear of the property. This site plan was originally approved in 2005. At that time, they had plans to expand all the way out to here. As you can see, that didn't materialize. They built all of the self-storage buildings, and I believe there's one RV parking area over here. The remainder of it, they didn't complete at that time. Since 2005, ordinances have changed. Currently, if you want to do a self-storage facility or do any RV boat storage facility, outside storage, a special use permit is required. So that's what we're looking at this evening. Some other things that have changed since the 2005 plans were approved, as the fire lane configurations or the width. Back in, when the plans were originally approved, a 20-foot fire lane was allowed. Currently, regulations require a 24-foot fire lane. With the buildings configured as they are and with the loading requirements, so there's a 10-foot loading lane on each side of these buildings. So in reality, you've got 10 feet, a 20-foot fire lane, and then another 10 feet. So really, there's 40 feet between buildings. We have a letter, and the fire marshal has reviewed the plans, and he's not in opposition of leaving the current configuration, of granting a variance for the 20-foot. In the back over here where the new section is to be built, that will comply with the current regulations of 24 feet. What we're looking at with this new submittal, let me pull out some plans here. So there will be one new building. It will meet the brick requirement. So this is mostly brick with a little bit of metal fascia and a metal standing seam roof. It does have a roll-up door over here. There's another door to access the front and one at the rear of the property. The remainder of the property will have covered canopies. So this is the new proposed building. This line right here essentially is the existing development where that ends. There will be a fire lane. This will be an emergency access easement only out to existing Valley Ridge. They are proposing some RV covered canopy over here, another 2 sections right here, and an uncovered section over here. With that warehouse zoning, they are allowed unlimited outside storage. If you are going over 10%, then you have to go and get a special use permit. So a lot of factors trigger to this special use permit. I believe the outside storage in relation to into the lot is about 11%. So a lot less than what they probably could do. This site has some existing or some interesting topography or conditions onto it. Between Valley Ridge and where the proposed development is to occur, it's about 180 feet. Within this area, you've got about a 70-foot electrical line easement, another 30-foot sanitary sewer easement. So there are some limiting factors to how this site can develop. They are not proposing any signage on this new area. They are proposing to add some additional trees. If you've driven by there, you can tell that there's a lot of vegetation out there currently. They're going to go in and prune what's already there, add some additional trees. And no signage will be over there. Existing signage is already on the site, and they're happy to use what's already there. The new building that will be built will be fire sprinklers. And this lane over here will meet the 24-foot fire lane as required by the ordinance. Do you have any questions?
The new proposed warehouse or new building, that'll meet current masonry codes with that metal fascia that's on there as well?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, everywhere where this red line over here, will be an 8-foot tall split-face block screening wall. So currently, they have a chain link fence out there, and that will be replaced with a split-face block screening wall.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mary. This time, we'll open up the public hearing. Anyone that wishes to speak on this subject, please come forward, sign in, and state your name. All right, having no one come forward, the public hearing is now closed. Commissioners, comments, concerns? All right, may I have a motion then?
Move to approve?
Second.
Moved by Sean, seconded by Brandon. Those in favor signify aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 6 is adjournment.
Sorry, I have one question. That was also to include the variance, correct?
Yes.
Yes. As written, yeah. Okay, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Motion by Sean,
Second.
seconded by Alvin. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries, meeting adjourned.